Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. So today I wanted to quickly, address a few things and provide a little bit of context for a lot of, what we're discussing and all that stuff. So I've noticed a trend with a lot of the videos that I've been making lately. A lot of people have said, dude, you're beating a dead horse. Stop making videos just to make a video and stop making the same video over and over again. A lot of these different concerns. And I know many of you mean it in good, it's not coming from a place of malice. That's not the case. And again, another thing too, is the way the YouTube algorithm works. It doesn't really suggest videos in the way that it used to back in the day. Back in the day, if you had some subscribers, they would always get an email with the videos that you're bringing out. They will always get suggestions. Now, if you don't, even notifications don't even work. That's why I don't even ask anybody to turn on notifications. So a lot of the videos that I've been making lately are videos that have come from like 6, 7, 8, 9 videos ago. That's where all of this, a series. It's going to be a series of about 20 to 30 videos that are going to sound very similar because somebody here in the community said, hey, why don't you go back to Division 1 and make videos talking about the Division 1 in comparison to the Division 2? That's exactly where I started all of this from. So a lot of the topics are going to cover previous ideas. They're going to sound similar. And so that is the context in which I'm making these videos. So the videos will trend differently. They will talk about positives. They'll talk about negatives. But the problem is many times, many people find themselves in maybe like smack dab middle of the conversation. So maybe I made my first video I think I made was like why I suspended playing the Division 2. You know what I mean? Like I think that's where I started from on that series or somewhere around there. But that was like maybe like 9 videos ago. You know what I mean? Like that video is like so old. And so if somebody has not watched that video or watched previous, videos after it, and then they watch maybe my video from just a few days ago, it will be really, the perception that they're going to get is that, oh, I'm speaking about what's currently, what I'm speaking on currently is kind of the first thing I'm mentioning on that topic, when in reality, that's not what is. If you understand what I mean. And then I think that in that case, when people say things like, dude, you're covering the truth, you don't want to speak about the things that are wrong in the community, like, oh, you got to go back and watch some of my older videos. I'm not saying watch them, but I'm vindicated by my older videos because I've mentioned exactly what, people may be talking about. And then the second side is, I think some people are saying, the game is dead. You're beating a dead horse. You just need to take it easy, go play another game and all that stuff. And for this one, I have to say, I really can understand where a lot of people stand on this. There's a frustration. I've shared some of that frustration, but for those of you who know me, I am a stubborn optimist. I am unwavering. Whenever I feel like things are going to work out, I just stick with that. It's the way I'm built. And you know what's crazy is a lot of times things do work out. So those things that work out continue to encourage me to be optimistic. And so it's very hard to push me away from that path. In fact, let me give you one that happened this morning, 24th December, morning AM, right? We go for breakfast, and I used to work somewhere with a colleague. And so I was asking, I was like, oh, so how are things and everything? And he said, dude, the days when you used to tell us that things could eventually get better than they actually were? I said, yes. He said, that is our new normal right now. We're actually hitting those goals, and it's nothing compared to back then when you used to say those things. Because I remember when I said those things, and the look in their eyes were like, this guy's talking crazy. They smiled because, they didn't want to be rude to me. They thought I was crazy. But that is the reality that they're living right now, over a year after that we're no longer in that same context together. So somebody just gave me a confirmation of my optimism a year and a half ago actually paying off this morning. Do you see what that does to me? How am I supposed to not believe that the Division 2 is going to get better when things like that continue to happen? Now, I'm not saying that, this is something that's pushing me on a track where it's like, oh, he's gone. Let's just give up on him. I'm just saying that there are a lot of trends and a lot of scenarios. Look at No Man's Sky. When I made the video talking about how EA was pulling Battlefront 2 back and actually making the game better and actually working a plan. There were rumors of working a plan about Anthem. Somebody said I was pulling that EA argument out of my you-know-where. There was a comment to that effect. I laughed because I was pulling that comment out of trends that I'd seen in the gaming world. No Man's Sky is your evidence right here. When that game came out, I remember when that game came out, there was a big hoopla. The community went crazy. People said, oh my gosh, this game, I will never, ever. But now go look at the reviews on Steam for No Man's Sky. Just look at it. There are about 90,000+ reviews. But go look at them. That's what you're going to see anyways, the most recent ones. And it's going to tell you that it's a testament to how the developers eventually came back to right the wrongs. Now, can Massive right the wrongs of the Division 2? I think so. They were able to right the wrongs of the Division 1. Can they right the wrongs of the Division 2? I think so. Are they going to do it? We don't know. So when somebody tells me, oh, they're not going to do it, I'm like, whoop, I don't believe you. And then if I tell you that they're going to right the wrongs, you're free to say you don't believe me because only time will tell. But they have a very short window to do it. They have about the first, Q1. I've said this in my other videos. And so I don't want people to think that, I've lost my mind. Well, you can think that. That's what people think anyways. Everybody thinks that, and then whatever, it doesn't matter. And I could be wrong. I'm fine being wrong. And, you have to be unafraid of failure. I'm not afraid to fail. I'm not afraid to be wrong. If I was, I would not have a YouTube channel. It takes an optimist to start a YouTube channel. It takes somebody to say, yeah, And so I'm carrying and trying to transfer the same optimism into the Division and the Division community. But I don't want anybody to read it the wrong way, and I want to be level-headed with everybody. I can understand the concerns. I can understand what's going on, but what I've said is in context of how I feel. And yes, you can feel differently. That is perfectly fine. In fact, I'd invite you to send me an email, like leave the comments. Let me hear them. Because in reading the comments, I see, I think people are taking this, a different way. Let me try and put some clarity to the situation and see kind of, how we can keep the discussion going. So for the next few weeks, you're going to see these retrospectives on the Division 2. I'm on Division 1, sorry. I'm also going to try to do some retrospectives like I did for the God of War video. Shameless plug if you haven't seen that. Give your boy a like over there if you like it or dislike, whatever it is. And so that's pretty much, what you've been seeing and what you're going to see. So I guess I'm setting the expectations and I'm going to take my optimistic self out of this video. Thank you for your time and audience. If you watched it, have a Merry Christmas.